So I guess they've decided to push everybody to this side. Yeah.
Also, the camera's on that side.
Yeah, I saw it sitting over there.
Yeah.
I can't remember who suggested that.
It's playoff time in the Magic City in a battle of black and last season, Pittsburgh and Birmingham combined for one of the best playoff matches in USL history, but it was the Riverhounds that broke Birmingham hearts. Tonight, Legion FC have revenge on their minds as a new season starts right now. Hello from Birmingham, Alabama, and off in the distance, Protective Stadium. Our host for tonight's season opener presented by Chick-fil-A Birmingham, featuring Birmingham Legion FC taking on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Welcome into our coverage of the USL Championship back again this year. That man has more than 300 college coaching wins. That's Mike Gebman, and I'm Blake Gardner. And Mike, these two teams played a banger of a playoff match a season ago. Now they meet, and this rivalry starting to develop. What a way to start this new campaign.
Yeah, these teams have been in each other's way for the past few years. Twice, Pittsburgh has knocked Legion out of the playoffs. A lot of new players. It'll be different lineups today, but both these teams will remember last year's match.
Yeah, certainly one of the matches of the opening weekend here in the USL for Pittsburgh. If they want to get a result on the road, it probably starts with an excellent contest from Robbie Mertz.
Robbie Mertz is the glue that holds this team together. He's a great goal scorer. He sets up lots of goals, but more than anything, he's a leader.
Pittsburgh's so happy to get Mertz back from Atlanta United a season ago. He came back midsummer, immediately into the starting 11. He made a big impact. We expect similar things for Mr. Mertz tonight. Meanwhile, for Birmingham, another guy they're happy to get back. That's Nico Brett.
Nico Brett is a fan favorite. He scored a lot of goals for this Birmingham Legion side. Every time he touches the ball, he's dangerous.
Brett spent 2 years in Birmingham before going to New Mexico. Legion FC happy to get the Jamaican back. He hopes to make an impact once again here in the season opener tonight. Well, we are just about ready for game time here in Birmingham. Who gets this campaign off to a good start? The Hounds looking for points on the road. The Three Sparks want all 3 points. Kickoff is next.
I walked into Chick-fil-A completely outnumbered. My husband was away at military leadership training, and the kids were doing this. Miss Carol brought me water, something to eat, and then before I knew it, she was tying Margot's shoes up and carrying her out to the car.
It always makes me feel good if I help somebody.
I went in the next day because I just wanted to make sure she knew how much I appreciated her help.
I'm just so glad there was somebody there when she really needed it.
That's gonna go on my refrigerator.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship here in Birmingham, Alabama on this opening weekend. Almost time for kickoff, but first let's get a look at each side's starting 11s. And Mike, let's start with Bob Lilly and Pittsburgh. A few changes, especially at the back for the Riverhounds to start this 23 campaign.
Very different defensive core, but Jamali Wade in goal has been outstanding his whole career and had a massive game against Legion last time out. Up front, Dikwa and Kiza scored twice in the last game. They're going to be dangerous in front, and they're going to be solid in the back.
Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, they're without a few key pieces. No Mikey Lopez, no Enzo Martinez due to injury, but still plenty of attacking firepower.
This Legion lineup has an awful lot of attacking power. Nwegbo is a real danger up front. Juan Agadello is one of the most skillful players in the league. Tyler Pasher has incredible pace. Smith is big and powerful as well, and we know the defense is always solid.
There's head coach Bob Lilly, the 56-year-old, now in his 6th season as head coach in Pittsburgh. 5 straight playoff appearances for the Riverhounds, his 23rd overall season as a head coach. On the other sideline, head coach Tom Stone, now in his 5th season at the helm of this Birmingham Legion club. 125 matches now across all competitions as manager of the Legion. Sergei Demyanchuk leads our officials, the Georgia native originally from the Ukraine, joined by Ben Riggle, Zach McWhorter, and Ben Meyer, as we are just about ready to go. The season set to get underway in just a moment on a perfect night here in the Deep South. 60 degrees that kicked off in Birmingham, Alabama. Pittsburgh certainly happy to be escaping the colder weather up in the northern half of the country. But these two teams at it again to start 2023. It's the Riverhounds and Legion FC. And we are off and running here at Protective Stadium. That playoff epic just a few months ago at the end of 2022. As these two teams again in the same venue, wearing the same jerseys as well, I believe. Pittsburgh in their change yellow and gray. Birmingham Legion in their sweet home Alabama red kits. But Mike, plenty of fresh faces to break in on both sides. Should make this early season matchup an interesting one.
Lots of contrast today. The colors of the uniforms, bright and sharp, easy to see who's who. Lots of new players, as you said. Also different formations, a 3-5-2 versus a 4-2-3-1. Will create some interesting matchups throughout the match.
Cardo Forbes, that pass just a little bit behind him, still able to get to it. Forbes and Mertz, a fearsome trio in the midfield for the Riverhounds. Alex Cronali brings that down for Birmingham Legion. Jake Roof get the start on the defensive right side for Legion FC.
Jake Roof earned the starting role at right back about halfway through the season last year, then had an injury that kept him out for quite a while. Good to see him back and healthy and back in the starting lineup.
Lovely footwork from Agadello to win that there, even after Colin Smith lost his footing for a moment. Out the other side, here come Legion FC. One of those fresh faces, Tyler Pasher, joined by Roof on his right. And Raveno to midfield for Anderson Asiadu. The other side for Moses Mensah. Safely all the way back to the feet of the man in purple tonight, Matt Van Oekel, the Legion FC goalkeeper. 36-year-old back yet again for another run with this Legion FC side after 33 starts last year. Smith heads it onward. Hogan able to collect. Vera's pass got a piece of Forbes. It worked out at the end. Good job by Mertz to keep it away from Pasher. Just getting underway, a couple of minutes in tonight between Pittsburgh and Birmingham as we get this 2023 campaign off and rolling. Pittsburgh, all their faces available, both the new and the returning. Nobody listed on the injury report for the Hounds. which is exactly how you want to start the year. Not the case for Birmingham Legion FC. They're without two of their best playmakers. Mikey Lopez had off-season surgery. Legion FC hoped to get him back in a couple of weeks. Enzo Martinez dealing with an injury as well. He was declared out a couple of days ago. Legion hopefully getting Martinez back sooner rather than later. Prosper Kassim also dealing with a bit of a knock as well, but he is available off the bench tonight for Birmingham as Legion FC have a throw in the attacking third.
Preseasons are always difficult. Teams try to build up fitness. They play lots of exhibition matches. You always fear that somebody's going to pick up a knock before you play any real games. Legion suffering from that just a little bit, but they also know that they've had pretty good history of missing some players early and yet still making a really strong run. So Coach Tommy Sohn is used to moving the pieces around a little bit, still coming out with a winning lineup.
Goal kick here for the Riverhounds, and their young goalkeeper Jamali Waits, who almost right after this game is headed on a plane to meet up with his Jamaican national team teammates, called in for selection once again. It's a breakout campaign, a season ago for Waits. Made a couple of huge saves when these two teams met in the playoffs last year. For the Hounds, they try to get organized. Bob Lilly urging his side forward. Kizza's flick doesn't come off. A little bit behind Mertz. Sure goes all the way back to Matt Van Oekel. Looking in the direction of Juan Agudelo, who looks like he bent himself back onside. Agudelo edged the area, trying to create some space. Digba brought down. There's a clean tackle, says the referee. Waits able to keep it alive. Wegbo went down just around the penalty spot. Home crowd wanted an early penalty, but the challenge looked fairly clean from up here.
Fans didn't like it, but none of the players made any big arguments or gestures towards the referee, so I think he's got this one right. There's the little touch. Clearly good defensive play by Junior Eto.
To another one of those new faces for the Hounds as Kizza couldn't squeeze the cross around Crognale. But a goal kick here for Legion FC, and Mike, a chance to look at keys to the game tonight. Let's start first with Pittsburgh on the road. Quite a bit to start the early part of this year. How do they come away with the road result tonight?
Well, if they can get the ball wide and serve crosses in, they've always been effective that way, and I would expect we'll see a lot of that from them tonight. And then they're going to have to defend. They've got some new players in the back. They're going to have to defend against a very good Legion side. For the Legion, how quickly can this team, this roster become a team? They're going to have to gel as quickly as they can. Lots of new bodies out there. And then we know that this team was built to attack. If they can attack, they're going to end up pretty happy at the end as we watch that foul from Alex Crognale. Not much doubt about that one.
Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. And just 6 minutes into the campaign, Alex Crognale has been booked. Down Junior Eto. So an early set piece here for the Riverhounds. Canardo, Forbes, and Mertz both standing over it. Mertz, a driven service, and Van Oekel with a first stop, the second opportunity off woodwork, but it wouldn't have counted. The flag is up.
That play looked really threatening and shot off the post, and a lot of screams from the fans, but that was actually excellent defending from Legion. They held their line, knew that the attacker was offside, rather than work hard and put him back onside. That just allowed him to get into a position where the call was going to be made.
Still a good initial stop there from Van Oekel. Birmingham trying to work back the other way. The youngster Colin Smith gets the start, the 19-year-old on loan from FC Dallas. And the starting 11 on this opening night for Legion FC as Crognale plays towards Agudelo. Agudelo trying to use his body to shield the ball away. Santos couldn't get it around Pasher. Providing a bit of width former Campbell Camel, Moses Mensah. Nice pickup by Birmingham Legion FC as they try to replace some of that dynamic attacking effort they got from their fullback Johnny Dean over the past couple of seasons, now plying his trade with the Chicago Fire. And pass picked at 2, jumped in the passing lane. Danny Rivera. Zep redirecting in the direction of Canardo Forbes. Mike, you're going to see Forbes and Mertz and to move around a lot tonight. That is a fearsome midfield trio for the Riverhounds.
Last year we saw the same. Forbes and Mertz in particular had a really nice partnership. They cover for each other on defense. They move off the ball well. If those guys in the center of midfield can keep possession, it'll certainly make this a very difficult game for the Legion.
Return and receive by Raveno. He and Anderson Asiadu working together in defensive midfield for Birmingham tonight. Asiadu with a dangerous pass, but it does eventually get to the captain, Fanuel Kavita. Pasher able to get onto the second ball. Wide to Wegbo. Raveno. Pasher, a driven service, skips. Smith will let it roll into touch. A throw for Legion FC. 9 minutes in here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Arguably the best matchup of this opening weekend. 2 playoff teams from a season ago. Birmingham, the number 4 seed in the East last year. Pittsburgh, the number 5 spots. Legion FC finished last year with 58 points, Pittsburgh with 57. That's what gave Legion FC home field advantage in round 1 last year. Gotta figure both these teams are gonna be fighting in the playoff picture once again this season.
Last year we saw just how evenly matched they were. The playoff game was 1-1 at the end of regulation, 2-2 at the end of overtime, and then went to the 8th round of penalty kicks before there was a decider.
Hogan goes back to the feet of Jamali Waite. It's Hogan, Ordonez, Dos Santos, the back 3 tonight for the Riverhounds. Remade defense for Pittsburgh. Ordonez was excellent a season ago. Dos Santos played himself into the lineup quite a bit as well before an injury in the summer ended his 2022 prematurely. Good work by Kavita. He wins the throw. Last touched by Edward Kizza. Birmingham fans certainly remember Kizza from that playoff contest last year. Came off the bench, scored the equalizer to send it to extra time. Scored the second equalizer to send it to PKs, and then scored the decisive PK to close out the night. So Ordonez has to hold off to Wegbo. Lost his footing for a moment, but able to recover. Smith working down the touchline, able to keep it alive. Get it around Hogan though. Agazello to win it back. Into Wegbo on the press. And this will roll out for a Legion FC corner. The first Chick-fil-A corner kick of the night for either side.
The first corner kick of the night.
It's interesting to see what teams have set up off the training ground this early in the year. It's taken short. Tyler Pasher looked in the direction of Agadello, didn't quite get there. Smith taken down, free kick given. Clumsy challenge there from Kizza.
This is going to bring up a free kick in a really dangerous position. Close enough you could shoot, wide enough angle you could serve it in. Just far enough out that there's space behind the defense to play it into. This was really a silly foul. Maybe a little bit too much excitement coming into the first game. Just hard to contain yourself. See what Legion can make of it.
Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Asher, Agadello, and Asiadu having a quick chat about what's on tap for this. Agadello leaves it. Pasher off the block of Kizza. Here comes Rivera. Asiadu trying to track him down. Rivera trying to start the counter. He's got Kizza running with him. Out to a wide spot. Mertz trying to track it down. Mertz went to ground and won it. Can he keep it alive? Not quite. Pasher went shoulder to shoulder and sent Mertz into the ad boards.
Physical play right at the end there. Tyler Pasher not giving up on anything, but it does look like it was shoulder to shoulder. Thankfully, the signboards here are relatively soft.
That was cleared into about the 7th row. A throw coming for Birmingham. 13 and a half minutes in. Glad to have you with us on this USL Championship opening weekend. Blake Gardner and Mike Getman here with you from Birmingham. That pass gets all the way through to Pasher. Dos Santos gambled and lost. Pasher's cross cut out, and that was an important defensive play. And a foul committed by Nwegbo.
Already see how Legion plan to use Tyler Pasher as we get a look at the foul. A little bit of a professional foul, just making sure the play was stopped and everybody could get back. But Tyler Pasher has been involved in all of the set pieces so far. He's had a lot of balls played to his feet out wide. He's very, very quick. He's got a great left foot. Legion have wasted no time trying to get him involved.
Barra tried to thread it through to Kizza. Instead, it rolls harmlessly over the end line. Tyler Pasher, the 28-year-old Canadian, is a breakout candidate. This time with Indy 11. Pittsburgh Riverhounds fans know all about Pasher from his time in Indy. Spent the past couple of seasons in Major League Soccer with the Houston Dynamo, back in USL, this time with Birmingham Legion.
Pasher was by far the most dangerous player on the Indy 11 side when he was there. That was clearly noticed by the Houston Dynamo, who signed him. I'm sure Legion are very excited to have him. It's not often you get to add somebody to your roster with that much skill, that much pace, that much experience. He's truly one of the elite players in the league.
Raveno going to get around one man, connect with Agadello, got it back, but his last touch a little too heavy. Trying to turn, Asiadu making sure he can't. Atsu able to get it back though. Ibarra has space. Trying to transition, pass a bit too far out in front of Rivera.
Play out of a 3-5-2 as Pittsburgh is. There's a lot of space for those wide midfielders to cover. It's hard to be back on defense and then get all the way up into a wing position. That ball just too far ahead for Rivera. No chance for him to catch up.
Asiadu couldn't get around a man, and a free kick conceded by Mensah, who got a piece of Albertiqua. Mensah's going to get a stern talking to. I don't think a card is coming out here, but just a talking to it is for Mensah.
A little bit of a silly foul. No reason to stick that leg out. The referee recognizing perhaps that he's new to this team and not going to punish him for his first foul.
Mensah tried to connect with Asiadu. Instead, that pass doesn't come off. Second ball brought brought down by Kizza. Dello back into the mix to win it back for Birmingham. Renali ushers it all the way back to Matt Van Okel. Ben Ravino, the man on loan from New England Revolution, gets the start tonight. The 23-year-old, originally from California. Caught in possession, free kick conceded by Ravino as he chopped down Forbes. Riverhounds want another card coming out here. Don't think they're going to get one. Forbes a little slow to get up at the moment. See if we get another look at the challenge. Here it is.
Went to ground early, then raised his leg up. Question about the foul. Sometimes you like to establish your physical authority on the field. Kenardo Forbes definitely feeling the impact on that one.
Forbes at 34 years young. Longest tenured Pittsburgh Riverhound, now in his 6th season. Wants to play the free kick short. Rivera bending it towards the back post. Cronali heads it away from trouble for the moment. Mertz. Back from Dos Santos. Mertz got the cross away and redirects. Good job by Mensah to get in front. Birmingham able to clear. Mike, we've played 20 minutes so far. Any early takeaways?
Well, it looks like an early season game so far. Both teams giving up some fouls and free kicks that they probably don't want to. Both teams struggling a little bit to keep possession and find a rhythm, but first 20 minutes of the season, you just got to expect that there's some rust to knock off.
Long ball over the top, headed down by Kofita. Asiadu the first to it. The engine room. Anderson Asiadu back with this Legion FC side, and that was a good sequence from him.
Asiadu was a player who for several years was an automatic starter. You just penciled him into the lineup every single match. Last year he started out in a starting role, but for various reasons played some games and then missed some games. But he's that guy who Tommy Sohn has always trusted to hold down the center of the midfield. He's very reliable defensively, good passer of the ball, and he's a surprisingly good attacker as well. We saw him play out on the wing a few times last season.
Throw in here for Pittsburgh right in front of the Birmingham bench. And the Birmingham leaders, head coach Tom Sohn, his assistant Conno Smith, who about a week ago was named the head coach of the incoming Rhode Island FC. Will start play next campaign. Forbes trying to get around to Asiadu, went down holding his face. Referee plays the advantage. The Hounds on the attack. Tikwa in a wide area. As his cross blocked out by Mensah, a corner given. And a check on Kenardo Forbes, who is down for the second time here in the early going.
Kenardo Forbes wondering where is the respect for your elders. He has taken a little bit of abuse so far tonight.
Looked like maybe the arm or the hand caught a piece of Kenardo Forbes' face. That's why he's getting medical attention right now. And I believe Anderson Asiadu has been shown a yellow card. Forbes gingerly makes his way back to the touchline. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, is the second here in the early going given to a Legion player.
Normally when the trainer comes on, players have to leave the field, but because of the yellow card to Anderson Asiadu, Kenardo Forbes gets to stay on the field.
First corner of the night for the Hounds. Mert swings it in. It got a piece of a Riverhound, and Matt Van Oekel able to scoop it up. Dangerous looking serve there from Mertz. Ordonez got a piece of it. Hogan almost got up to it. Midway through this opening 45 minutes, scoreless so far between Pittsburgh and Birmingham. Jake Roof looks over the top for Pasher. Pasher trying to locate it. I don't think he located it until the very last moment.
That was a really good ball from Jake Roof. Up and over the defense, almost right where it needed to be. Tyler Pasher just couldn't quite find where it was while he was running full speed.
Legion fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as TikTok. Download the Legion FC app today, @BHM Legion on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to keep up with all the latest Birmingham Legion FC news. Agadello, lovely touch on that pass to Smith. He thought he was brought down, referee thought otherwise. Another solid defensive play by Etsu, who has covered quite a bit of ground defensively for the Hounds in this first half. That's exactly why Pittsburgh brought him in. Etsu is more of a part-time player a season ago with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. He just 5 starts, came off the bench 18 other times. Wanted somewhere he was going to get a little bit more playing time. Pittsburgh loss of Danny Griffin as well as a couple others. Had a spot for Etsu to slide into the midfield. Connects this time with Kizza. Hogan just able to keep that in play. Asiadu on the battle on the ground. Wegbo trying to connect with Agadello, who is brought down behind the play. Free kick given. See what Agadello is conversing with our referee tonight about. Like Ordonez tried to bail out of the way, just couldn't.
I think he slipped on the turf, but that didn't make it feel any better for Juan Agadello.
Agadello back for his second campaign with Birmingham. 30-year-old back in Legion FC red, just without a 9 on his shirt. 1-9 instead of 2. It's 99 a season ago. It's number 9 here this campaign. It's going to be to Ops to go backwards with that free kick, and everybody resets.
Twice that we've seen Matt Van Oekel outkick the coverage. He's trying to play it diagonally into the corner. Colin Smith not quite sure how far Matt Van Oekel can hit the ball. The answer is a really long way.
Anderson Asiadu brought down. Free kick given to Legion FC after he and Etsu got tangled up. Birmingham quickly put it back on the floor. They want to play. Smith in a wide area. Cuts it inside. Smith, his shot takes a deflection and awaits. Could not keep that in play. Second Chick-fil-A corner kick of the night coming for Legion FC.
Really positive play from Colin Smith, taking his man on 1v1 and then taking the shot. Even though it's deflected, you never know where the ball might end up. Worst case, you get the corner kick that Legion have now.
So it'll be Jake Roof, the Alabama native, to serve this corner. Good serve. Cronali puts it in. Birmingham lead here in the first half on this opening night.
Corner kicks are all about the quality of service. Jake Roof couldn't have hit this ball any better. Put it in exactly the spot that he knew Alex Cronali was running to. And then a deft little touch from Alex Cronali into the far side netting. Top-class corner kick play.
Defender to defender, and Alex Cronali has his 8th career goal with Legion FC. Bulk of them coming on set pieces. This one, no difference. After Birmingham had not created much in the way of scoring opportunities early, Mike, they take advantage of an early set piece.
Well, a relatively early goal puts them in the lead. Last year they struggled to score on corner kicks. This one a perfect service, and Alex Cronali gets up over everybody and puts that in the far side netting.
You've got a 6'5" center back, put him to use. Alex Cronali, the set piece target, converts early. First goal of the night brought to you by AT&T is a Birmingham Legion goal. 3 Sparks in front just before the half-hour mark. So the home side in command early. Like you mentioned, Birmingham not a great team on set pieces a season ago as Rivera gets it to Kizza near the edge of the area. Ibarra. Is able to bring that down. Etu. Just to recycle. Pittsburgh with plenty of numbers forward. And Wegbo almost got to that. That was emergency stuff from Hogan. But Birmingham not the best scoring team on set pieces a year ago. Ironically, now they've scored on set pieces in back-to-back games, both against Pittsburgh. Connor Smith's drawn play gave them the lead in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Alex Cronali header gives them the lead here on the opening night of this 2023 campaign.
There were not a lot of weaknesses for Birmingham Legion last season, but attacking corner kicks might have been an Achilles heel. But tonight they've clearly put that issue to rest with all the attacking firepower that they have. If they're also dangerous on corners, this is going to be a very high-scoring year for the Legion.
To your point, Alex Cronali scored once last year, just once. He had 6 goals a couple of seasons prior to that. He's already matched his 2022 total 30 minutes into 2023. Less than 15 minutes left in this opening half. Birmingham Legion on the board against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Free kick given here. Foul goes against the Hounds. So far, neither side has been able to generate much in the way of chances. Birmingham with 3 shots, Pittsburgh with 1. Agatello. Ravino. Had it picked by Dikwa, who wants to run. Mertz picks up his head. Kizza. Forced backwards to Forbes. Ravino slow to get up behind the play for Legion FC. Good job by Legion FC to get organized and get back, even as Ravino is still feeling it a little bit. Dos Santos gets the serve away. Kavita tried to flick it by Albert Dikwa, who was late arriving. He didn't end up touching it in the end. All the way it rolls out for just a throw for Legion FC.
That's what Pittsburgh has always been good at. They get it wide, they serve it in. They've got 2 center forwards matched up against the 2 center backs, so it's one-on-one defending. With a good quality ball, that's always going to be dangerous.
Dello was held back, free kick given. Birmingham fans, something new this year. Are you interested in hosting a birthday party in a sweet and protective stadium during a Legion FC game this season? Email us at tickets@bhmlegion.com. That's tickets@bhmlegion.com for more info. chance to use some of the splendid amenities here at Protective Stadium here in downtown Birmingham. It's one of those nights I don't think you want to be in a suite. You want to be out in the open air. 60 degrees, can't ask for much better weather here in early March. Pittsburgh and their fans, although don't love starting on the road, I'm sure it would have been a tough environment to play at Highmark tonight. I think it's supposed to get into the 20s by the end of the night in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of contact there. Free kick given to Pittsburgh.
Riverhounds will be happy with the weather here. They play 7 of their first 9 games on the road. I'm not sure they'll be too excited about that.
Couple of trips to the deep south to start the season for Pittsburgh. At Birmingham, at Memphis. Before getting their first home contest on March 24th against Miami. Find themselves in an early hole here in this season opener. Ravenna sends that away from trouble. Kizza made the run. He's able to keep himself onside, hounded by Kavita. Kizza just a loanee a season ago. Now on a contract with the Riverhounds after that loan expired with New England. His roof crashed into Dos Santos to get it away from trouble.
When you score 2 goals in a playoff match, you'd like to think that the team's going to recognize your impact and find a way to keep you around for another year. Kizza is certainly a very dangerous player who's earned his way.
Roof got a piece of that pass. Agudelo tried to hold back Etsu. Instead, he starts the charge the other way. Etsu threads it through. Dikwa could not corral it. Matt Van Oekel, did he get a touch on it? No, he let it go all the way through.
Really good pass from Etsu. Dikwa just couldn't quite get his toe on that ball and it squibbed out of bounds, but that was just an inch or 2 away from being really dangerous.
Dikwa scored when these two teams played here in the regular season. With the 11 goals he had back in 2022. It was a career year for Albert Dikwa. 11 goals, 4 assists. Both of those were career highs. With Pittsburgh losing Russell Cicerone in the offseason, we're hoping Dikwa can continue to grow and provide for this Pittsburgh Riverhounds attack that will not have Dixon, won't have Cicerone, won't have Dane Kelly. It's attacking firepower to be replaced for Pittsburgh here in 2023.
Pittsburgh has definitely lost some of their goal scorers from last year, a large part of the attacking threat. But as Coach Bob Lilly told us, they've gotten more athletic, they've gotten a little bit younger. Over time, they think that they're going to be an even more effective team.
Another pretty dangerous ball served in by Dos Santos, but Van Oekel able to cover it up. Agudelo thought he was held back. He was. Ordonez called for the foul. Referee saying there, and that is all, Mr. Ordonez. Your next offense will earn you a yellow card.
Juan Agudelo is such a handful. He's a big target, but he has a great touch on that one. He flicks it past the defender. There was nothing he could do but bring him down. He's got size, strength, skill, smarts, experience. He's a handful for anybody who's caught with him 1v1.
Ravenna forced back to Van Oekel. Fans 2023 Legion FC season tickets are now available. Get in on the action this season for packages starting at just $125. Find more info at bhmlegion.com/tickets. Contact the Legion FC ticket office tonight at tickets@bhmlegion.com. Again, that email, tickets@bhmlegion.com, to join the Legion here at Protective Stadium in 2023. Roof connects with Anderson Asiadu as we play the final 7+ minutes of this opening 45. Difference right now, a headed goal off a corner by Alex Crinali. Moses Mitza around one man, around a second. Good work that time from the 24-year-old. Pasher, his pass just in front of Ravenna. One-touch pass doesn't come off as intended. Happy to hear those drums again, by the way. Legion FC supporter section in mid-season form down there, at least if that rhythm's any indication. Many Pittsburgh fans tuning in as well. A watch party in Pittsburgh as we get this 2023 campaign off and running. Big collision there. Referee says no foul, just a throw for Birmingham. So Wegbo and Etu were both involved.
Lots of turf burns for everybody so far tonight. It has been a physical match.
Riverhounds certainly used to playing on their turf surface at Highmark, although this protective stadium pitch a little bit wider, a little bit larger than the Hounds' home surface. Santos able to bring that down off the big hop. Mertz. Rivera. Etu tried to get his body in front and did. Won the whistle. Wants to put it right back down. Good interception there for the youngster, Colin Smith. Smith wants to run. Smith brought down. Free kick given, and surely this is yellow, and it is. Bernardo Forbes, the first Riverhound booked tonight, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Bernardo Forbes arguing that that was his first foul. It wasn't, but it also had to be a yellow card, clearly stopping a goal-scoring chance for Legion. No accident about it whatsoever.
That's the kind of aggressive runs that Birmingham hope they can get from Colin Smith all year long. Just 19 years old. Making his first USL Championship start of his career tonight. After quite a few appearances in USL League One over the past 3 seasons. Roof surface headed away to Pasher. Pasher in between Agadello, Crinali, and Asiadu skies that into the supporter section where someone made a nice catch.
We've seen Anderson Asiadu hit a few rockets over the years. That one was just a little high and wide.
Nothing but a goal kick here for Jamali Waits. Fans, it's a St. Patrick's Day party next week as Legion FC return to Protective on Friday, March 17th at 7 o'clock Central Time to take on FC Tulsa on St. Patrick's Day. Join us at 6 p.m. when gates open to enjoy green beer and grab St. Patty's themed Legion gear. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets or the Legion FC app. That's Birmingham Legion taking on FC Tulsa this upcoming Friday night at 7 o'clock here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Smith finds Tyler Pasher with plenty of space. Pittsburgh have to get organized in a hurry. Pasher into the area, cuts it back. His shot deflected wide. But a Chick-fil-A corner kick forthcoming for Birmingham. Oh no, instead, referee says goal kick. Wow.
It's an early season game for everybody.
Did this deflect? Oh my goodness.
No question, clear deflection, and we're hearing the fans watch it on the big screen. Referee makes clear error.
Birmingham, who already scored off a set piece tonight, denied one right there. Final couple minutes of this opening 45. Can Pittsburgh create a scoring opportunity? They've had the bulk of the possession here in this first half, but have not turned that into a big scoring chance just yet. Agadello can turn and run after that find by Pasher. Mensah. Colin Smith again on this left side. Crenali has time, wants to play the big switch. Mensah making the run in behind. Can he get there? Not quite.
Last year we saw both outside backs sprinting up and down the sidelines. You had Johnny Dean on one side, oftentimes Mikey Lopez on the other. Both guys love to get forward into the attack. Legion have kept their backs a little bit deeper tonight, maybe starting the season safe until they all get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Two connects with Forbes, 45th minute. Word from down below is 2 minutes of stoppage time coming to close this first half. Ibarra, his pass in between Mertz and Dos Santos. And it's confirmed now. 2 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine to close this first half. Atsu, Agadello picked his pockets. Van Okel sends it away. Fans Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. It's a Select ball in play once again here in 2023. Visit www.selectsportamerica.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select is the player's choice.
Up! Hold it! Turn!
Wegbo able to turn. Jake Roof on the run. And a foot race with Dos Santos. Neither one of them get there before it rolls over the touchline.
Jake Roof making a 60-yard sprint to try and catch up to that in the last minute of the half.
Now 27 years old in his 4th season with Birmingham. As you said earlier, had a breakthrough season a year ago. Agadello. Still one Agadello. Tees up a shot that's blocked. He wanted a handball. Referee says no. White here, Smith. Smith, good work defensively. 4-on-4 crime there as Rivera took it away. Got in the way of Rivera's pass, though. Throw coming for Pittsburgh as this first half is likely just about over with. Was this a handball? The shot by Agadello. Yes, it was.
Definitely hit the hand, definitely inside the box. The referee must have felt the ball came so quickly that the defender couldn't get his hand out of the way.
First half comes to a close with Birmingham Legion in front. The home side strike first thanks to a set-piece goal from Alex Crenali, and right now that is the difference. As this 2023 season starts with a rematch to the Eastern Conference quarterfinal from a season ago. Right now it's the team in red in front of the Riverhounds by 1. Coming up at halftime, presented by Down in Front Productions. Sat down with Tyler Pasher to get his thoughts as we get this 2023 campaign off and running. Plus, we're going to look at the USL out-of-town scoreboard and other news and notes. That's all coming up here at halftime at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Our score right now, Birmingham Legion 1, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Calling all Legion fans, Birmingham Legion and your local Papa John's have teamed up to kick your hunger with these exclusive Papa John's deals. When the Legion win, you win. Get a free large pizza with the purchase of a large pizza at regular menu price the day after a Legion win. Using code LEGIONWINS at papajohns.com. Hungry for better? All season long, enjoy 25% off your regular menu price order when you use code LEGION at papajohns.com. Don't miss out on these great deals at a participating Papa John's.
These waves are going to be 10 to 15 feet tall, crashing.
Hey, little babe, don't you cry. We got that sun and morning.
There are those that see the storm, and those that see the perfect wave.
I'm here with Tyler Pasher from Birmingham Legion FC. Tyler, first of all, welcome to Birmingham.
Thanks for having me.
So you've played within this league for a number of years. First time coming to Birmingham. What's that transition been like for you?
It's been easy so far. A great group of guys with a lot of experience. Some guys I know from past teams and whatnot, so it's been a pretty easy transition.
Now, you've been all over the country playing on different teams. You've been in Indianapolis, you've been in Houston. What's the biggest difference you see in the city of Birmingham?
It's definitely quieter. Coming from Houston, or it's a little bit faster, more people, but I quite like it. It's quaint.
And how about the team, the transition in with all these new guys maybe you've competed against for a number of years? How has that transition gone?
No, like I said, guys have been great. I know, again, known quite a few guys from previous teams, playing against them, talking and whatnot. They're all great group of guys, great culture that's been built here.
This is a team that has been in the playoffs 4 years in a row. They've brought you in to help maybe take that next step and get a little bit deeper in the playoffs. How do you see your role within this team?
Just to help the team any way I can, if a goal is needed, assist needed, closing out a game is needed, whatever is needed for the guys, I'm here to assist and ultimately, go as far as we can and aim for a championship. Right?
So you're in preseason training at the moment, which I know means lots of hard work, maybe not much other than soccer during your days. When you get a day off, have you been able to explore the city?
So far not yet, but I intend to, especially now that the weather's nicer.
What types of things do you like to do when you have some free time?
I like going to coffee shops, checking out little cafes, restaurants around town, seeing the food culture of the city, and yeah, that would probably be my go-to.
Are there one or two guys who've kind of led you around so far, help introduce you to the town and to the culture here?
Yeah, like I said, I know Alex from playing with him in Indianapolis, so he's given me some insight, and a few other guys have told me places to go and check out, and yeah, it's been pretty good.
Well, I know everybody in Birmingham is excited to get to know you better, and hopefully you'll get to know the city and the people here as well. Thank you for taking some time.
Thank you.
It's a fun group. I think when the fans and the stadium is packed, seeing us go forward, it's going to turn some heads. It's been a grind. We're starting to mesh. I think we're in a really great spot for our opener this weekend.
You know, with Tyler and Nico, we added some real threats. Juan's more of a playmaker underneath the goal scorers.
You never want to put too much into one game, but it's the first game of the year, it's the home opener, and it's the team that we lost in the playoffs the year before.
Players that we have on this team, having a good core group of guys, it helps you succeed in the end.
I think anything less than a championship, holding some type of trophy at the end of the season, I think we're all going to be feeling a big letdown.
Get ready to wave the flags. Get ready to bang the drums. Get ready to light the smoke. Get ready to shine.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
For over 75 years, we've witnessed moments that will last forever. Records and trophies, firsts and onlys, game-changing innovations. From the heroes we admire to the joy of watching them play. Our history defines us, inspires us, and pushes us into the future. Celebrating 75 years of changing the game. Puma. Forever faster.
Get ready to wave the flags. Get ready to bang the drums. Get ready to light the smoke. Get ready to shine.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama, and our coverage of the USL Championship opening weekend here on My 68 in Birmingham and on ESPN Plus across the country. Glad to have you with us this evening on a gorgeous night for soccer. Birmingham Legion in front of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, 1-0 so far tonight here at Protective Stadium. Elsewhere across the USL Championship, Birmingham fans are going to be so disappointed to hear that Memphis dropped a 3-run result at home at AutoZone Park. Ron Kisiadu scored, but was also shown a red card. Memphis was down to 10 men, a bulk of that second half. Meanwhile, shared points in Miami between Miami and FC Tulsa, and a big one coming up tonight, Mike. Louisville City in Cali to take on Orange County. A couple of nice East versus West games on ESPN Plus a little bit later on tonight.
A couple of late night games that'll be very fun to watch. One of the interesting parts this year, everybody in the league plays everybody in the league, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. East versus West is certainly going to be one of the themes here in 2023. Last year, the West was best. The Western Conference had a better head-to-head matchup record against Eastern Conference teams. We will see if that remains the case here in 2023. Speaking of Birmingham Legion FC, we talked about it in the first half, but what an honor. Connor Smith, the assistant coach here, he has been the right-hand man for Tom Stone since he took over Birmingham Legion in 2019. Now he's going to get a chance to run his own club coming up next year.
Well, Connor Smith was a great player playing a number of games in MLS. He was a Bermuda international. He's been the assistant coach here for a number of years and really helped build this program. It was just a matter of time when he was going to become a head coach, not if.
Meanwhile, Sebastian Guinzani back in Tampa for opening weekend, this time as a member of Indy 11. That game scoreless right now, as we saw just a few moments ago. Scoreless at the break between Indy and Tampa Bay. Not scoreless so far here in Birmingham, Mike. There weren't a whole lot of opportunities for both sides, but that set piece right now, the difference for Legion FC.
One of the weaknesses last year for Legion has turned into a strength. It's given them the go-ahead goal. Bob Lilly talked about wanting to dominate possession if they could, and so far they've done that. I think both coaches will have some things to be happy with, but I think both coaches probably are talking in the locker room about calming everybody down and let's just find our rhythm.
Still 45 minutes to go here in Birmingham tonight on this opening weekend. Birmingham Legion on top of Pittsburgh Riverhounds by 1. The second 45 minutes for the Magic City comes your way when we return right after this.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you. Back here at Protective Stadium, downtown Birmingham, Alabama, where Birmingham Legion FC lead Pittsburgh Riverhound 1-0. Blake Gardner, Mike Gebben here with you as we look at some of our first half highlights. Early set-piece opportunity here for the Riverhounds off woodwork, but the flag was up for offside as Pittsburgh had a couple of set-piece opportunities early, Mike. They could not cash in. Otherwise, neither side got a ton from open play.
The first few minutes, Pittsburgh really seemed to be on the front foot. Afterwards, it was just fouls that gave them a couple of dangerous opportunities. Legion did a nice job of gaining strength as the game went and certainly found a great goal off of a nice corner kick service.
8th goal of the career for Alex Crinali here in Birmingham Legion colors, just in front of the half-hour mark. Crinali's goal, the difference right now, and that is where we stand as we get ready to start this second half. Mike, for Birmingham, you have to expect the messages more of the same, please, in this second half as they saw near the end of the first. For Pittsburgh, they had a lot of the ball. How do they turn that possession into more attacking chances?
They had a lot of the ball, but they had a lot of the ball towards the back of their team or wide. They weren't able to really get it into the feet of their forwards and create any dangerous chances. We know they like to get it wide and serve balls in and maybe find a header to score the goal. But I think that Bob Lilly will be a little disappointed with how easily they gave the ball away in midfield at times.
So it looks like we are just moments away from getting the second half started. Don't believe there have been any changes for either side. Birmingham Legion in that sweet home Alabama red, Pittsburgh in their gray and gold. Sergei Demyanchuk, our referee, telling both teams, let's get this second 45 rolling. 7th all-time meeting between Pittsburgh and Birmingham. Birmingham have won just once. If you don't include the first-round matchup in the playoffs forfeited back in 2021. Legion won the last regular season meeting here in this building against the Riverhounds. Pittsburgh, of course, won that playoff game at the tail end of 2022. Right now it's Birmingham Legion lead the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Juan Agadello gets this second half underway for the home side. Right before we got that second half going, Agadello was lined up outside the center circle. I think he thought Pittsburgh was supposed to kick off this second half. Referee said, no, it's you guys.
It is early season.
Yes, it is. Anderson Asiadu brings that down. Birmingham in possession here as we start this second half. Gorgeous nights here in Birmingham, Alabama. 59 degrees as we get this second half rolling. And it is confirmed, no changes for either side as we start this second 45. Goal scorer Alex Cronali finds Tyler Pasher, immediately redirects it out wide to Jake Ruth. FC side to side here to start this second half. Cronali and Kavita, the Birmingham center backs. Kavita, the Birmingham captain, just turned 30 years old a couple of days ago. Dos Santos heads that away. Asiadu brings it back down to the floor. Wegbo with Pasher. Agadello in a tight space. Brought down, free kick given in a very dangerous area.
Juan Agadello is so good at getting that big body in between the ball and his man. He gets fouled a lot because he's just a strong, powerful man.
That high leg of Mark Ibarra is what drew the whistle. The former Big Ten midfielder of the year concedes an early free kick for Legion FC, brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Pasher and Roof are both nearby. Gotta feel like this is gonna be Tyler Pasher all the way. Against a three-man wall with Rivera close by. Pasher with a strike high. Pasher couldn't quite bring that down to trouble Jamali Waite's frame. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN Plus, on the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Dos Santos not quite on the same page with Kiza there in the deep corner.
Those are the simple little giveaways that drive a coach crazy. Pittsburgh has had a lot of balls they've given away as Legion follows suit here.
Dequat went down to the box. Referee says no. Barra wins it back for the Riverhounds. No sooner had the words left your lips about bad giveaways. Birmingham answered a Pittsburgh giveaway with one of their own. Riverhounds almost had an opportunity at goal.
It's one thing to give away a ball with a bad touch or a big touch, but you really can't give the ball away in the center of the park in front of your own goal. Legion very fortunate not to get punished.
Van Okel has not yet made an official save. Made one stop tonight on an early Pittsburgh set piece, but the flag was up for offside. There you go, Smith and Mensah not quite on the same page that time. Carter Forbes had a physical first half. He's on the floor again. Just able to keep that in play, but not much more than that. Van Local brings it under control for Legion FC. Santos kept it in play. Mertz. Pass behind Etu. Smith chopped down. Birmingham maintained possession. Referee says play.
But again, another giveaway from Pittsburgh. Really unforced. They had time and space. Just didn't connect on the pass.
Long ball over the top. Doesn't quite reach Nwegbo. Alex Cronali can run that down without much in the way of pressure. 5 minutes into the second half. Both teams searching for a bit of a foothold here in the early going, as Raveno's first pass didn't get through. His second did, and out front of Mensah. Fancy USL on ESPN returns when Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference champions Louisville City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season of USL on ESPN Saturday, May 13th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on ESPN2. And two back out the other side, Rivera. Forbes with a serve. Dequa got ahead on it. Mertz on the volley, had his shot blocked by Roof.
Mertz hit that really well. Jake Roof did well as he got his body in front and blocked the shot. Had he not, that could have been real danger for Legion.
Mertz has scored a dozen goals as a Riverhound. That includes one last year after he came over midway through 2022. Acquired by Pittsburgh after spending time with Atlanta United too. Slotted immediately back in the starting lineup. 14 starts over the last 16 Pittsburgh games. It was like he never left. He added a goal plus 5 assists. Pittsburgh's playoff push. Santos making the run forward, able to keep that in play. As the Hounds look poised to make their first change of the night here in just a few moments. Ordonez. Santos again in a wide space. Cut down by Pasher. Ordonez under duress, just able to hold it away from Nwegbo. Barra forced all the way back to his goalkeeper, Jamali Waits. It's Tony Lopez who's set to come on for Pittsburgh here in just a few moments. Looks like that moment will be right now. First change of the night, brought to you by Papa John's. Fans, you can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. And it is Lopez on, making way as Edward Kizza.
That must have been a pre-planned change. Maybe limiting the number of minutes for Kizza. A little bit unusual to make a substitution after just 8 minutes in the second half. But early in the year, some players may be coming back from an injury. You don't want to stretch them too far, risk losing them for a long period of time.
Atsu leaves it for Canardo Forbes. Dos Santos brings it down. His cross to the back post beyond everybody. So again, nothing comes of what looked like it could have been a solid attacking opportunity there for the Riverhounds right in front of the Birmingham supporter section.
Pittsburgh has been able to get it wide. But they haven't had great service. They haven't been able to keep possession when it does go wide. There's been one or two decent crosses in, but in the attacking third, they have not looked like they are in mid-season form yet.
Siru got a piece of that. Etu might have as well. Mertz keeps it with the Riverhounds. So Tony Lopez, the new face on for Pittsburgh. Another one of the new signings for the Hounds. They're spending the last 3 seasons with Cal United in NISA League. California kid has made his way to the East Coast to play for Pittsburgh. Can he help the Riverhounds generate something that could tie this game? Instead, this is a giveaway by Pittsburgh. It's 4-on-4 the other way. Smith, hounded by Rivera, edge of the area. Smith's cross blocked. His second serve blocked as well. That is excellent defensive work, tracking back by Danny Rivera.
A little bit of frustration from Tyler Pasher, who had sprinted across the field, felt he had the advantage, and the ball never came.
Pasher now getting back into the picture. Room for Dos Santos on this flank. Mertz plays it off of Roof. And that is a veteran play by Mertz to win the Riverhounds a corner. So the second corner of the night for Pittsburgh. The former Michigan Wolverine, Robbie Mertz, waits for some of his yellow shirts to get in and around the face of goal. Mertz serve, headed away by Roof. Driven back in, sent up in the sky by Mensah. Rivera made the run. His cross got away. Cut off by Roof. Forbes. Off the foot of Pasher. Mertz quickly back in the mix. Looking for options. Finds one top of the area. Rivera back out the other side. Another service to the back post, and Agadello does the safe thing and heads it over the end line.
Both Agadello and Roof had their eyes focused on the ball, didn't know what was behind them. Juan Agadello making the decision to play it safe and not allow that ball to go. I think he could have left it, and it probably would have just floated out of bounds harmlessly.
So third corner kick of the night coming for the Riverhounds. They're still looking for their first shot on target this evening. Gets all the way through out the other side for Forbes. Rivera lobs it over the top of goal.
Some good pressure from Pittsburgh. They had possession in the attacking third, worked it from side to side, had a couple of corners, and in the end just wasted the opportunity.
Birmingham fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Download the Legion FC app today. That's at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and the Birmingham Legion FC app. If you've got the app, got an early notification that Alex Cronali scored inside a half hour to give Birmingham Legion their first lead of the night. Crowley heads that to Raveno. Agadello. Lovely footwork, but Siudu was not where he thought he was. And here come the Riverhounds. Dikwa. Kavita. Again, good defending by Fonwell Kavita. The Birmingham defense has been solid tonight. Siudu has time to turn. Wegbu. Next was Smith. And Roof couldn't quite track that down. Bar up, right back to the feet of Raveno. Asiadu. Moses Mensah has pushed forward a little bit. 24-year-old gets his first Legion start tonight. Gives it up right there. Danny Rivera has been up to the task so far defensively for the Riverhounds this evening. And Mertz lost his footing, lost possession as well. Jake Roof can push forward. He's got options. Nwegbo curls it in, his shot blocked. Blocked by Hogan, who sacrificed his body and is feeling that one. He's down on a knee right now. While he's down for a moment, Birmingham will make a change. Jake Roof, who's served up the only goal of the night so far, is coming off. And coming on for Legion FC is Prosper Kasim, their number 10. So Kasim is on. The 26-year-old, originally from Ghana, has made 110 appearances across all competitions for Legion FC. 9 goals, 5 assists. Last year, including a goal in that playoff contest against Pittsburgh. He's dealing with a bit of a knock in the preseason, not 90 minutes fit just yet, but he's on for the final half hour here.
That is clearly an attacking change, not a defensive one. So Tommy Sohn showing that he wants the second goal. He's not going to just sit back and defend what he's got.
Mertz able to maintain it. Mensa got a boot in, all the way back to Kavita it goes. And Mike, what's the formation change now for Birmingham, or who has moved where with Kasim coming on?
I think what we're going to see is Legion bringing Colin Smith just a little bit deeper. Tyler Pasher will go out to his more natural left side where he likes to be. And we'll end up with Prosper Kasim at a little bit more of an attacking midfield role. Juan Agudelo moving a little bit higher, so lots of parts moving around the field. Here goes Tyler Pasher.
Defending that side by Hogan, plays it in a touch. Throw in for Legion FC coming. Again, no Mikey Lopez tonight available for Birmingham, at least for the next couple of weeks. No Enzo Martinez available either, although Birmingham hope they get him back sooner rather than later. But even without those two very important pieces, Legion enjoy a 1-goal advantage with less than 28 minutes to go. Here is Kasim, substitute on. Likes to cut on that left foot. Raveno. Mensa. Asiadu in a half space, finds Pasher. Not quite on the same page with Nwegbo. Top. Sent away once again by Hogan. Pittsburgh had a bulk of the possession in the first half. It's been much more even, in fact favoring Birmingham a little bit so far in the second. Won by Crognali. Nwegbo brings it down. Pasher in a wide area. Pasher got the cross away. Agudelo almost got on the end of it. Instead, Hogan got enough to send it over the end line. A Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for the home side.
Tyler Pasher with that left foot serving it in, almost found Juan Agudelo.
Pasher to serve this corner as well. Low driven service headed away by Etsu. It's sent it back forward to nobody in particular. Now Birmingham have to get back and get organized. Forbes. Ibarra. Dos Santos was fouled. A late whistle gives Pittsburgh a free kick. Forbes is wide. Didn't quite get it back to Mertz, who is in the middle of the part of the park. And the Wegbo is fouled from behind.
The Wegbo has slid back into attacking midfield. Really just him and Juan Agudelo switching roles, which has pushed Prosper Kasim out to the right wing. He loves to get it wide right, cut it in with that left foot. We've seen him score a number of big-time goals coming from the right side.
Over the top, that's going to get all the way to Jamali Waits. A little bit of rain has started to fall here in Birmingham. Nothing too heavy, but it's starting to come down. We thought we might see a little bit of rain at some point tonight. Nwegbo almost got there first in front of Hogan and company. Asiadu. Anderson Asiadu thought about a shot, now does take it, and Waits has his first save of the night. And a stop to check on Arturo Ordonez, who might be cramping up a little bit.
Anderson Asiadu, little fake, gets his man off balance, but just doesn't really connect with that strike.
Asiadu scored a couple of times last year. Forces Jamali Waite into a save. As the rain starts to fall a little bit harder now. Midway through the second half.
Wet surface will make the ball move a little faster. It'll skip a little different. It'll be very difficult for goalkeepers to hang on to shots. I would look to see both teams maybe try a few more shots from distance now that this surface has gotten slick.
Birmingham fans, if you're interested in hosting a birthday party in a suite at Protective Stadium during a Legion FC game this season, email Birmingham Legion at tickets@bhmlegion.com. Again, tickets@bhmlegion.com for more information on how you can secure a suite here at Protective Stadium for a contest here in 2023. More of a light rain now after just a few moments where it looked like it was going to get a little bit heavier. Pass a bit too far out in front of Albert Tikwa. Tikwa's had a relatively quiet night to this point. He forces Matt Van Oekel to pick it up. Van Oekel kept 11 clean sheets last year. That was good for 5th in the USL Championship. He and his defense certainly would like to start 2023 with donuts waiting for them at the training ground on Monday. Right now, Asiadu down behind the plate. Pittsburgh can push forward. Here's Lopez. Tikwa. Crenali sends it as far away from trouble as possible. Asiadu gingerly making his way back into the picture. Vida and Lopez collide. Referee says clean. Both sides have made one change so far tonight. Tony Lopez on for Pittsburgh. Prosper Kasim on for Legion FC. Canardo Forbes. Thought he might serve there. Instead, Pasher blocks it out of play.
Tyler Pasher is so quick. If you're going to serve it in, you better do it on your first or second touch.
Asiadu trying to get out of the corner. Rivera hounding him every step of the way. And a good job by Asiadu to usher that out of play. Legion fans, 2023 season tickets are now available. Get in on all the action this season for packages starting at just $125. Find more information at bhmlegion.com/tickets or contact the Legion FC ticket office tonight at tickets@bhmlegion.com. Again, that email tickets@bhmlegion.com to join the Legion here at Protective Stadium in 2023. Birmingham starting this campaign with back-to-back home games against Pittsburgh tonight, against Tulsa coming up next Friday. What a touch by Nwegbo. Nwegbo denied by Waits. Kasim kept it down here, and Waits has to collect it. And that was deft from Deba Nwegbo.
Great first touch, set himself up really nicely. Just couldn't bend it around the goalkeeper as he wanted to.
Nwegbo just 21 years old. He's a two-time All-Conference selection at William & Mary. Scored goals in bunches in USL League 2 as a member of Vermont Green. Agadello couldn't quite get it back to Pasher. Lopez. Ibarra. Pittsburgh have that right side overloaded. As many as 4 yellow shirts waiting for service. Venno clears it away from trouble. Still more defensive work to be done for Legion FC. Not after that. Asiadu with the interception. Agadello just a bit too far out in front to Nwegbo. And it looks like a double change is coming here in the next minute or two for Pittsburgh, as they chase an equalizer with less than 20 minutes left. Was short-lived. It appears to almost have stopped. Too many rain clouds in the sky tonight here in Birmingham. Ordonez, lovely weighted pass, finds Mertz. Mertz with a chance, he scores! Pittsburgh tie the game. And it's the man we highlighted off the top of the broadcast, Robbie Mertz, makes another big play for this Pittsburgh Riverhounds club.
They have a knack for scoring those late tying goals. But this play really came from a defensive mistake, just misjudging the ball, the flight of the ball while it was in the air. Once Mertz had it on his foot, he was very calm and composed with the finish.
13th career goal in Pittsburgh colors for Robbie Mertz.
Colin Smith just misjudged it a little bit. Once it was past him, he wasn't going to catch Mertz. Mertz knows exactly where he wants to put that ball.
Calm and collected finish for the 25-year-old Robbie Mertz. And Pittsburgh have the equalizer they've been looking for. Their first shot on target tonight finds the back of the net. Now all the points hang in the balance. A little more than a quarter hour to play. It's kind of felt like an even game most of the night, and now the scoreline reflects that. After an early goal scored by Alex Crognale, Pittsburgh have tied the contest. Both sides can now chase a winner down the closing stages. Free kick given to Pittsburgh. Barra brought down by Kasim. Said before the goal, Pittsburgh were set to make a couple of changes. Bob Lilly has thought better of that now after the game's complexion has changed a little bit with Mertz finding the back of the net. Meanwhile, it's Birmingham Legion FC, who look like they're going to make a couple of changes sooner rather than later. Set piece opportunity here for the Riverhounds. Mertz provides the service. A good ball headed just wide.
And offsides again. Legion doing a really nice job defending set pieces, holding their line, letting the Pittsburgh Riverhound players run offsides before the ball is even served.
was Ordonez who got on the other end of it. But again, you are correct. The flag up on that far side. So 15 minutes left. 1-1 our score in one of the most anticipated matches of this USL Championship opening weekend. And it is going to be a double change for Legion FC coming in just a few moments. Ball over the top of everybody. Van Oekel will come get it. The Jamaican Nico Brett, the man we highlighted off the top, is one of the red shirts that will be coming on. Gabriel Alves, 23-year-old from Brazil, will be coming on as well. Kasim got it out wide to Smith. Early serve just a bit out front of Agudelo. And now the changes will be announced. Substitution presented by Papa John's. Nico Brett's on for Juan Agudelo.
Nico Brett has been the tip of the spear for Legion before. He will come on up front. He's got pace, he's got touch, and he's got an amazing finishing knack. Gabriel Alves will come and play a little bit deeper. He'll probably slide into a midfield role, but more of a defensive midfield role.
So Alves replaces Nwegbo. Again, that's your Papa John's substitution. Use code LEGION for 25% off regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. So 3 changes have now been made by Legion FC, just the one for Pittsburgh, but they've got a host of subs waiting near their touchline, depending on how the next few minutes go.
First game of the year, really hard to expect everybody to go 90 minutes and play at their best. You want to give them minutes, let them get match fit, but you also don't want to push them too far and have somebody get hurt and maybe miss a couple weeks.
First touch from Nico Brett is a good one. 30-year-old from Jamaica, back in Birmingham for his 3rd stint. First 2 seasons in 2020 and 2021. Kasim almost got it to Brett. Cut out instead by Ordonez, and Alves commits the foul. And it's going to be a triple change coming here for Pittsburgh at the next stoppage. Pittsburgh won't make those changes here. They'll wait for the next dead ball. Shamali waits. We'll send this forward for the Hounds.
Legion have got about as quick a front 3 as you're going to find anywhere in the league. Tyler Pasher, an absolute rocket. Nico Brett, very quick off the start. Prosper Kasim, who's quick, he's technical, lethal with his left foot. It's a very dangerous front 3. Pittsburgh opting to bring some fresh legs onto the field and make sure that they're not getting caught in transition.
So it is a triple change for Pittsburgh. Pat Hogan coming off. Joe Farrell replaces him. Nate Dos Santos coming off. Luke Biasi replaces him. And Albert Dikwa makes way for Tola Showenme. So a triple change brought to you by Papa John's. Again, code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. So the Pittsburgh debuts for Joe Farrell and Tola Showenme. Showenme, the Englishman, 3rd team All-American at the University of New Hampshire. Joe Farrell, the defenseman, a long time member of the defense of Phoenix Rising. Luke Biasi now in his 2nd season here in Pittsburgh. That falls for Alves. Cedars pass behind the feet of Brett. And here come the Riverhounds. Lopez will have a go. Van Oekel makes the stop. The rebound denied by Van Oekel. What a huge play.
That is an unbelievable save from Matt Van Oekel. A true game-saving save. The initial save, a really good one on a skipping ball, but that second one, absolutely unbelievable.
Showing me right off the bench on the doorstep.
You thought it had to be. Matt Van Oekel gets across the goal so quickly and spreads that big body.
One more look at this stop. The 36-year-old Matt Van Oekel.
We haven't seen every game from around the league just yet, but if that's not save of the week, I don't know what's going to be.
Matt Van Oekel was 6th in the USL last year with 87 saves. That is a monster stop, and as you said, potentially game-saving, depending on how these final 9+ minutes play out.
He's had very little to do tonight. A couple of fairly routine touches on the ball. But as he's done throughout his career, Matt Van Oekel makes the one big play that you really need him to make.
Siadu cuts off the pass from Showing Me. Running out of real estate quickly. And a foul or a handball is the call against the Riverhounds. Free kick for Legion FC. Birmingham fans, head to the Legion FC Twitter page, @BHM Legion on Twitter, immediately following the final whistle to cast your vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors tonight. Alex Cronali's been the goal scorer. Jake Roof had the assist. Matt Van Oekel might have just saved the game with his big play. Could be a fourth option to vote on, depending on how the closing stages of this match go.
Very high percentage of goals get scored in the last 10 minutes of a match. I'd love to see what the stat is on goals in the last 10 minutes of the first match of the year. Players get fatigued. They lose concentration. It's so hard. 80 minutes into the first game. You could have a moment of brilliance. You could also have just a big mistake.
Giveaway here by the Riverhounds. Pasher had it taken off his foot by Ibarra, but still a throw for Legion FC. Kavita looking over the top. Rivera got there first. Kavita trying to win it back. Does, but only for a moment. Ordonez. Lovely switch, finds Mertz. Mertz has already made a massive impact on the game tonight. Does he have more left in him down the stretch? Joe Farrell, Pennsylvania native, back in his home state. Starting his career with Rochester and then spending a long time out in the desert with Phoenix Rising. Siadu. Quite binned it around Farrell. Ronaldo got a boot in, but it falls kindly for Ibarra. He's got Canardo Forbes with him. He's got Biasi joining as well. His cross cut out. Kavita sends it over the inline. Another Riverhounds corner coming.
A lot of defenders bent over, hands on knees here for Legion. Looking like they're feeling the stress of 85 minutes of soccer.
Big corner kick coming. Bunch of Riverhounds huddled around the penalty spot as Forbes serves towards the top of the area. Pasher headed it away. Biasi back out wide for Forbes. Ibarra. Back to Forbes, who kept running. His cross is deflected well wide of goal. A lovely find by Kasim. Here's Sinasiadu, waiting for some of his red shirts to run forward with him. Is there another big chance or two left in this contest? Here in the 86th minute.
Tyler Pasher trying to play playmaker right now. Getting touches, moving around, trying to get everybody involved.
Kavita didn't like what he saw in front of him. Alves. Mitza. All the way back to Matt Van Oekel. Kasim. Pittsburgh's defense been organized and compact. Really the only breakdown they've had tonight was on that set piece. Alex Crognale able to find the back of the nets. Smith kept it in play, but that's all he could do. Mertz. Lopez, good intervention once again by Kavita, and the Riverhounds are going to make one more change. Brought to you by Papa John's. It is Burke Failing, the Mississippi native, who will come on here for the goal scorer, Robbie Mertz. And how good was Mertz tonight?
As we thought he might be, he was superb. The glue for this team, the guy that makes it work in midfield, keeps the ball, connects passes, and tonight scores goals.
Failing immediately into the mix, and the flag is up, offside. What's Tola showing me? '88th minute here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. Will either side find a winner on this opening weekend? This guy to win the header. Wait will come out to collect. Pittsburgh and Birmingham never drawn before, unless you count the fact that they were tied going to PKs, playoff contest a year ago. Asher was on the run, the ball landed behind him. He never could quite find it in the air. Pittsburgh concede another Birmingham throw. Don't forget, Legion fans, St. Patrick's Day coming up, and it's a St. Patty's party at Protective Stadium Friday, March 17th at 7 o'clock Central. As Birmingham Legion take on FC Tulsa. Join us at 6 p.m. when gates open to enjoy green beer and grab your St. Patrick's Day themed Legion gear. Get your tickets tonight at bhmlegion.com/tickets or on the BHM Legion app. Birmingham Legion, FC Tulsa coming up next Friday night right here at Protective Stadium. Asher's flick finds the feet of Ordonez. Biasi. Looking over the top, well beyond his teammate Burke Failing. Ravino. Asiadu keeps it alive. Pasher couldn't quite get it back to Asiadu. 90th minute. As time winds down in our contest tonight.
Remember, a lot of injuries. We have had a bunch of substitutions. Maybe a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 will get added on.
Waiting for the official word from down below. It looks like 3 minutes of stoppage time coming as Brett's pass just a bit too far out in front of Pasher. And now it is confirmed. 3 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine. So a few more moments for both sides to try to find a winner. Otherwise, the points are shared on this opening weekend. Over the top, Mensah clears it only as far as another yellow shirt. Lopez back to the feet of Forbes. Again, not quite on the same page as showing me made that interesting. Birmingham generate one final attack here. Smith down the byline, out front of Pasher. Seadu on the run, got in the way of Waits. Was it with a hand? It was. Free kick given.
Pittsburgh doesn't look like they're in any rush to get this back in play. Probably very happy with a point on the road. Come from behind point on the road against a very good team. Lots of new players on the field. Both teams probably feel like the point isn't bad. Legion have had a little bit of a history of ties early, very strong runs from the middle to the end of the seasons.
Failings cross way beyond any intended target. Into the third and final minute of stoppage time here tonight. Well, he sends it forward in the direction of Brett, headed away by Ordonez. Forbes. Looking for Failing. Failing. Brought it down in the box, used his hand to corral it.
First off his head, just brushed his arm as it came down. But you're never gonna get away with a handball in the box leading to a scoring chance. The referee will call that every time.
Van Oekel sending everybody forward. And as he sends it away, that is full time. And on opening weekend, Birmingham and Pittsburgh walk away with a point apiece.
Both teams looking a little disappointed, a little frustrated, very tired.
Teams walk away with 1 point after 1 goal scored apiece. Birmingham in the first half, Bob Lilly and Pittsburgh in the second. 2 Eastern Conference playoff rivals from last season get this season started with 1 point in hand from this Saturday night in Birmingham. We'll take a timeout and wrap up our coverage of the USL Championship on this opening weekend when we return.
I walked walked into Chick-fil-A completely outnumbered. My husband was away at military leadership training, and the kids were doing this. Miss Carol brought me water, something to eat, and then before I knew it, she was tying Margot's shoes up and carrying her out to the car.
It always makes me feel good if that helps somebody.
I went in the next day because I just wanted to make sure she knew how much I appreciated her help.
I'm just so glad there was somebody there when she really needed it.
That's gonna go on my refrigerator.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't got no fear. Sit back and take notes. Cause homie, we get hit. Let's get ready for the rumble. All y'all welcome to the jungle. Hold up, y'all really trying to come at me? Bring it on. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't got no fear.
Well, back here at Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Some looks of disappointment, but also some smiles as old friends catch up here post-game. Pittsburgh and Birmingham in the Knights and a 1-1 scoreless draw. Blake Gardner, Mike Getman here with you. We'll look at our final match stats after 90 minutes here on this opening weekend. And Mike, neither side created a ton of opportunities from open play. Both sides probably know what they need to work on, and an even scoreline, probably a fair result based on the numbers that we've seen so far.
I would have to agree with that. I think a fair result, maybe the most important stat is one game played, the season underway. Everybody walked off the field healthy, so lots of positives all the way around. Sure, you can want a little bit more. Both teams maybe will feel they had opportunities to win this match, but they've gotten the season underway. Both teams take a point and move on to the next one.
Well, we talked about it during the broadcast, but plenty of road games to start the year for Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They're back on the road next weekend in Memphis at AutoZone Park against the hungry Memphis bunch, who came away with nothing from their home opener, and then one home game against Miami before going back on the road. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, Mike, they're right back at it. At home against FC Tulsa, another opportunity where they are going to want 3 points before they start a road trip.
No question. They've got some big road trips coming up, but one more at home to start the year. Chance to get that feel-good feeling that you want at the beginning. And I think that Legion will feel like FC Tulsa is a very winnable match.
We'll see what happens when those two teams match up on Friday. Tonight here in Birmingham, it was Legion FC who had a halftime lead, but as they've had a habit of doing against Birmingham, Pittsburgh able to find an equalizer. And both sides walk away with a point here on this opening weekend tonight. What a perfect night it was for soccer in the Magic City, and welcome back to the USL Championship. The 2023 campaign underway. Saw a couple of big plays defensively. Big equalizing goal there from Robbie Mertz, Alex Crognale. The first scoring notch for Birmingham this year. Two teams who are going to be fighting in the Eastern Conference table for playoff positioning once again in 2023. Walk away with a draw. 1 week in to this USL Championship campaign. For Mike Getman and our entire crew, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long from Protective Stadium. We'll talk to you next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.